Cookup. Hey, you, right there. Y'all see it. Watch this video to the end, boy.
Dennis here back with another video. Y'all already know what the lick reads. Right. Make sure you do that because I'm tired of saying that every time we do the beginning of the video. I think every YouTuber, every content creator, vlogger, blogger, whatever you call yourself in this YouTube metaverse, this is what we usually say at the beginning of the video, just giving you guys a proper intro. But I feel like it's a little bit rhetorical to keep saying it when you already know it. It's pretty much the protocol. Y'all know what y'all to expect when you see these type of videos. When you see this type of content, you know what we're gonna say before we say it. So with that being said, I'm trying my best not to say it because as you can see, all these cool little symbols and whatever you want to call these things, you see the cool custom subscribe button. You see all that good stuff right there. Of course, I want you to like. Of course, I want you to share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and make sure you watch these videos to the end. And absolutely, you know this. Of course, it's greatly appreciated. So with that being said, I just want y'all to know I just came back from Chicago. I've been shooting a couple videos, doing a lot of things off the camera, trying to get prepared for what's to come. As you know, this is TFE TV until New Year's because we will be turning this thing into, obviously it's not much of a makeover, but we putting things in this proper perspective because I want to let you guys know and let YouTube know that, you know, what type of channel this is and what type of content we're going to be giving you guys. So this is part of it. So with that being said, been working on episode 105. If this is not a podcast, I'm going to give y'all a little thumbnail. If you watched it up until this point, here's a thumbnail. Check it out. Yeah. Talking about that guy. So I've been sitting on it, meditating for a little while and getting my notes together, and that's what I want to say because obviously what is there not to know about this guy? But I will say this, I came across some nuggets along the way. For those of you that know, obviously, Mr. Jones is from Chicago, right? And with that being said, I'm from Chicago, and you all know about the tradition when it comes to music and any genre when it comes to Chicago. Our footprints in the game for quite some time, for long decades upon decades. So we have legends that we often talk about all the time, from blues, hip hop, pop, you name it. We got it. You know what I mean? So, but it's often a few songwriters and a few people that's not mentioned or don't get enough mention at all. You know what I mean? They might get mentioned, maybe or not, but they don't really get their flowers like they should. So a few days ago, I came across a little nugget that I knew about, I forgot about. You see what I'm saying? As a result, I thought I'd share this nugget with you guys. So a few days ago, I was doing my research and doing my notes on episode 105. You know what I mean? I don't try to regurgitate everything that's out there already. I like to just speak from the heart and articulate myself as I should. So anyway, check it out. It was a gentleman by the name of, some of y'all may not know, some of you do know, a gentleman by the name of Clifton Davis, ladies and gentlemen.
Who in the hell is that?
Now I know some of y'all like, who the hell is Clifton Davis? I'll be happy to tell you for those that don't know. It was a few shows that came out in the 70s and the 80s. Now in the 70s, it was a show that lasted 2 seasons called That's My Mama. Ever heard of it? A lot of you old school heads, y'all know what that show is. So disregard this. I'm just educating who doesn't know. The next show that came out in the 80s, which is my era, because I'm an 80s baby. It was a sitcom on NBC back in the 80s called Amen. And it starred Sherman Hemsley, who plays George Jefferson of the Jeffersons. And there was a minister who's actually a minister in real life, played by Clifton Davis. Now, here's this guy. I'm pretty sure you've seen this guy before. You might have seen him on TBN. And for those, for all the believers out there, the Christian-based channel TBN, if anybody's familiar with that. Clifton Davis is an actor, singer, songwriter, minister, and author who penned this hit by the Jackson 5 in 1971, Motown. So during this time, around 69, 70, not really sure as to the origins behind when this song was written, but the song was originally recorded in 1970 by the Jackson 5, written by, you guessed it, Clifton Davis. And I was like, damn. Now I knew that, but I couldn't, you know how sometimes you forget things until it just boom, right back in your face. Well, this song came about again. I was in a grocery store, Walmart. Y'all know I like Walmart. So I'm scrolling through Walmart and this song came on, and it was more of a modern version of it. Like, it's always been remade over the years, so this was like a British version of it. I thought I felt compelled to make a vlog about this and to just educate you. So close to Black History Month, you don't need to have Black History in February when you can get it in November. So check it out. Clifton Duncan Davis, born October 4th, 1945, and where? You guessed it, Chicago, Illinois. Not sure if it was South Side, East Side, West Side, North Side, but Chicago, Illinois, nonetheless. Mr. Davis, like I mentioned, he obviously wrote the Jackson 5's 1971 hit, Never Can Say Goodbye. Now, that song was originally for the Supremes. A lot of people don't know that. And Motown decided that this song would be better fitting for the Jackson 5 instead. And obviously, they were right. Number 2 on the Billboard charts, 1971's album, Maybe Tomorrow. I was like, wow. So I said, let's dig a little deeper. Now that it refreshing my memory, I was thinking to myself, how many times this song actually been remade? To my knowledge, I know at least 3. And I'm going to name those. The more popular one outside of Jackson 5 was Gloria Gaynor's version that came out in 1974, and I'm pretty sure he's eating off this song today. Also in 1971, when Jackson 5 released their version, the original version, Isaac Hayes followed that cab, dropped his version of Never Can Say Goodbye in 1971 on the Black Moses album. Isaac Hayes is a dope producer, instrumentalist, songwriter, extraordinaire, you name it. So back then, you had a lot of heavy hitters back then, but Clifton Davis snuck one in. Who would have thought? Now, in 1987, it was recorded again by a British group called the Communards. I hope I'm saying that right. That was the version I heard in Walmart last night, as a matter of fact. So I decided, I was going to record this vlog last night, but I decided to do it the next day to just kind of process this whole thing. I just thought that was cool. Back then, especially like in the 50s and 60s, it was pretty commonly known for different remakes of songs that was popular back in those times, especially in the 50s. Like if you were an urban artist, aka a black artist, chances are your song got remade by an artist of the Caucasian persuasions, because back then racism was at an all-time high. Segregation did exist back in those times, and you know, a lot of these record execs, record labels would often sell those songs to other labels or other artists, and they would put that hit on them, hoping that it would be more of a success on another artist as opposed to an original artist. But those times came and went by the time the 70s came along. The Jackson 5, obviously we know that song to this day, and obviously that's the best version of all time. Then Isaac Hayes had his version for all the soul fans of the world. Like, I'm a soul fan. If you like R&B, you like soul. If you was into soul music, then you definitely love Isaac Hayes' version. But Jackson 5's version of Never Can Say Goodbye is the undisputed best version ever, the original. And then you had Gloria Gaynor's 74 version of Never Can Say Goodbye during the disco era, and then you know how disco had their run for a little bit, and then that turned into something else. But that just lets you know, like, one hit can change your life. All it takes is one. So I thought about it, like, you know what? I think I will turn this into a This Is Not a Podcast episode. I don't know. What do you think? Nah. But anyway, I just wanted to say that real quick and drop that nugget on you real quick and just give some love to Mr. Clifton Davis. Like, I was like, you know what? How fast we forget, you know, when you putting that work in, sometimes it goes unnoticed. And I thought about that with this, and this could be an episode of This Is Not a Podcast, actually. But I'm just going to give it to you straight, just like this. Holla at y'all about that. So, yeah, so I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Clifton Davis for all that he done and giving us a magnificent song that to this day, he actually re-recorded again on his own, featuring Take 6. He's 79 years old to the day, and I got a chance to listen to it last night. I believe he recorded in 2021, and I heard his version. I thought it was pretty cool. Even to be an elder statesman, I thought the song was pretty cool. Now, I also knew that he held a tune, like when every now and then you would see him on TVN, or he might have sung in a couple episodes here and there on Amen, or probably on That's My Mama. Now, I mean, I've seen a few episodes, but I never seen the full. I like to watch the full seasons of everything because I binge watch stuff. I'm going to end this right here and hit y'all with this video real quick because I felt it on my heart to give y'all this video, because I just thought, like, you know, me being a fellow songwriter as well and do a lot of things behind the scenes. Often, you know, a lot of our fellow songwriters, ghostwriters, and so forth. Obviously, if you're a ghostwriter, there's a confidentiality agreement that comes with that, you know what I mean? But that's a whole nother conversation for another time. But if you're a songwriter, you know, we often get pushed to the background. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure if he received his flowers properly for that, or do we get proper royalties? That's a story for him to tell. I just thought about it like, man, that one song, all it takes is one. And we've been saying this for years, even to this day. Now, that song was made back in the 70s. So we're gonna just say 1970, this song was actually recorded. And with that being said, all it takes is one. Now, he went off to do a lot of different things, obviously, acting in a few movies, acting in a lot of television and Broadway plays and everything like that. To just have that one hit under your belt and put that pen to work is something special and something beautiful about that. Like, to write a song over 40, 50 years ago and still relevant to this day and still being played, that's what's up. Still being played to this day, that's what's up. And I'm gonna end that off right there. Please, thank you. If you watched this video up until this point, thank you. Make sure you do what you were supposed to do a few seconds ago in the beginning of this video, and that's like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. And as always, keep God first, stay sucker free, and by all means get to the money. Peace and love, stay healthy, and I'm out. And please be on the lookout for our next This Is Not a Podcast, episode 105, followed by episode 106. Cooking up that right away. So we actually, once I get up off of here, I'm gonna get to recording those and start getting that going for you guys, so we can get back to the basics. Got a few more Sneaker Diaries coming. Shouts out to y'all that's been watching the last Sneaker Diaries episode, by the way. I think we're up to about half a stack, a little over half a stack. We're about at 667 views and counting. I appreciate that. Got a few more subscribers. We back on the comeback trail. We took a heavy loss a few months ago on the subs, and I understand why. It hasn't discouraged me at all. I feel great. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Let me get back to work. My son is actually in the other room. They just wrapping up school. So I'm gonna go ahead and get back to this, edit this up, and get back to recording because it's content day. I'm a little bit behind because we've been working. Got a couple videos to edit to as well over the weekend. So again, thank you. And I will say it one more time. Keep God first, stay sucker free, and by all means get to the money. Peace and love, stay healthy, and I'm out this joint.